We are heading up Old Meiss grade. Just about 1 mile into the adventure so far. This is going to lead me up Echo Summit, then we're on trail. Single track, baby. So I'm gonna do some hiking and take it nice and casual on the way up Old Meiss grade. 1.2 miles, about 800 feet of climb, so it's got some good elevation gain to it. So, all right, we got the top of Old Meiss grade up there. Just over 2 miles into the adventure so far. Feeling good. Got some pretty stunning views of Lake Tahoe back there, up alongside Echo Road, Echo Summit. Good news, we made it to the snow park. This is where the single track trail begins. I think we are about 4 miles, maybe 3.5 in. Just over 1,000 feet of climb so far. Good morning so far. All right, here's our first trail sign. PCT TRT connects in about half a mile. We're headed out towards Meiss Meadow, 10 miles. PCT TRT. We're officially on it. Snowflowers are popping up like crazy right now. Woo. Oh man, it's such a beautiful biodiversity out here. I absolutely love it. Run across so much running water so far. It's been really quiet. Haven't seen too much activity on the trail. I don't really expect to see anyone on this side. Possibly when I'm over into Meiss Meadow, headed towards Big Meadow. Could possibly run into some people there. That's a pretty popular day hike, is Big Meadow. But this side, given the snow and all that, don't expect to run into anyone. But maybe some bears. That could be kind of fun. Or a cougar. Let's hope for a cougar. Mile 5 check-in. We are crossing a bridge. Dude. We also found some snow. Looks like this is the trail, but found some snow, so we might not be too far away from tossing on the micro spikes. I'm hoping it holds off. The less snow we got to deal with, the better. But we shall see what happens. First bit of trail work I'm noticing. The trail goes up and over this guy, and over that big boy over there. Just to the left. Easy enough to climb over, but definitely something the TRTA is going to want to come out here and tackle. Right now we're just making our way up and up and up, climbing up these rocks, and it's a false peak. We got more behind that, but it's all right. I knew we got a good climb to start the day off, just to finish off with some nice downhill, so I think that's worth it. I realized I totally goofed up and forgot to grab an item on my way out the door. Thankfully so far hasn't really been necessary, but I'd imagine I'll be wanting it later. If you can guess what it is, type it down in the comments. See if you can guess it. All right, that's the peak we're actually headed to. So beautiful out here. It's been a bit of an adventure the past little bit. We're hitting some snow patches that are fairly unavoidable, and there isn't a trail through them, kind of like right here. Yeah, this is interesting. So basically just came off that trail. What I've got is a massive snow mound. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna have to do is scramble up the rocks to connect to the trail there. because I'm not climbing up that. I could put on the micro spikes, but even that's pretty sketch. So let's go hit this up. Adventure time. Well, it's not going exactly as planned. We are 2 hours in. The last mile and a half has been very, very slow with the snow. We've currently climbed up a little waterfall here, and gotta keep going up. But the only alternative was side sloping on 45 to 50 degrees slope of snow, and I mean with these micro specs I got, that's not really an option. So we're going up the waterfall. All right, we're officially out of the no fall zone. If I fell here, I'd hit the tree, so we're good. But wow, you see that view? Jesus. I think I'm pretty close to the top of this climb. Got a little snow here, but let's finish this off. Mile 6.2. Overlooking Lake Tahoe. Absolutely stunning view. Let's treating our way a little bit. We've climbed up a good ways. We are basically at the top. Pretty excited. There was definitely a lot of class 4 scramble. A couple of situations that I felt about 50% good, and I was just really going slow and taking my time. But I think we are basically through the bad shit. This is the hard part. I mean, this is 2 years ago when I tried the Tahoe Rim Trail. Maybe it was last year. I tried the Tahoe Rim Trail and came out when there was still too much snow here. I was down climbing this section, and no, I didn't feel safe, which I understand. I mean, I had a big old pack on. Right now I've got almost nothing, and I'm still having some moments. So, sorry, Mom, but we're basically there. Almost to the fun stuff. We got 20 miles left for the day. Lots to go. Update from the high country. It's still full of snow. This tree well here is 4 or 5 feet deep. So we've got at least 4 or 5 feet of snow underneath us. That's wild. It's basically July. It should be pretty well melted by now. But nope. The good news, we're on the flat-ish section. Nothing's ever flat when there's snow. I've moved the fanny pack to the front angle. It was getting a little tight on the hips when it was switched around to the back, so just gonna do a little bit of front action. Whee! Try to catch the trail again. No idea where it is, but I know I'm not far. And I'm hoping a couple miles of this, and then we've got dry for the rest of it. Because if it's like this for too long, it's gonna be a real long day. It's okay. I packed for plenty of stuff. I didn't pack a ton of food, but got enough, so we'll be good. Oh, ooh, blue marker, a blue blaze. That's a good sign. All right, keep on going. We're at about mile 6.5, so doing good. I'm just following the blue blazes. Say that 5 times fast. See y'all soon. Snow travel is just inherently slow. I was coming on down here, and the trail goes down this way, but sliding down that's pretty steep, down to all this debris, and that's asking for a sprained ankle. And so it's one of those situations where you got to go around the trees, find this more mellow path down, and do a gradual drop, which adds little bits of miles here and there, takes longer. It's a little bit frustrating, but it's all part of the game. So for those of you who haven't done too much snow hiking, snow running, something to keep in mind is the miles that you plan for the day, it's basically an average. You could certainly have less, because snow, it's easy to cut the trail and go and cut across like a little shortcut, but it's also easy for things like that to happen, where you're constantly doing mini switchbacks, trying to find yourself, making sure you don't get hurt. And so it could easily add half mile to a mile over a little bit of time. Right now it's really not too bad. Ooh, look at this. Whole bunch of running water. That means that there's running water underneath where I was. Another thing, snow bridges. Now I know I'm up on at least 5 feet of snow, probably closer to 10 up here, based on where the ground is. If I got really close to the area where it was melting out, let's say, I don't know if you can see that, it's kind of melting out from underneath. Snow melts from the bottom up, and so you'll still feel like you're a good 5 or 6 feet off the ground. Feel like you're plenty high, plenty supported. Take a step, and everything underneath you is completely melted out, but you have no idea because you can't see it. And that's where it collapses, and people tear all sorts of ligaments. There's a blue blaze doing crossing snow bridges and having them collapse. Super dangerous, probably one of the more dangerous things in the springtime to deal with. Come snow travel, there are some alternate obstacles to encounter, but it's kind of fun too. A day like today where you're doing a mix of snow and dry, it's my favorite because you get to explore some of this more tedious, a little bit slow going sun-cupped snow, and then you eventually make your way to the fast trail, single track, where you get to finish the day off just having a blast. So we're moving a lot better now. 6.7 miles in, covered a third of a mile in only a couple minutes, as opposed to a third of a mile in close to 10 minutes going up that cliff back there. So much better. Spirits are high. I haven't really had too many low moments. Had a couple oh shit moments back there when I was climbing, but took my time, went slow, made sure I felt confident with each move, and we're alive. So looks like things are working out pretty well so far. All right, check in soon. I'll check that out, huh? Trail's supposed to be cutting through the middle there. It gets to at least 6 inches, probably a couple feet of water out there. Real flooded. I think we're gonna have to just skirt to the left side here. Shouldn't be a problem though. Quick detour. One of those things with snow travel. First fruit snack. You can see just through the trees the ridge line that I'm gonna be following. So we're pretty close to the downhill. I'm excited. I haven't checked the map in quite some time, but I think we're pretty on point. Kind of heading dogleg left around here, so having a good time. 7.6 miles in. Miles 6 to 7 took an hour to do 1 mile. Absolutely insane, but we'll keep moving, keep on grinding. Just hit mile 9. We're doing basically 22, 23 minute miles over this snow. Sun-cupped, slushy snow. But guess what? We blazed. That means we're on trail. So that's really exciting. We're gonna start, come to the left just a little bit here, I believe. I swear I smell smoke. Pretty weird, but I don't see anything. All right, let's keep on going. Big glissade. Whoa! Almost went down on that one. Look at that. More blue blazes. That's what we like to see. Look at these things. It's like a foot, sometimes 2 feet snow cups right here, or sun cups. It's wild. Does not make for quick travel, that's for sure. Gotta really make sure you don't twist anything, overextend. Can't really ride the ridge lines of them because it's all soft, but riding the cups themselves is not ideal either. So not a great travel medium. There are much better ones to traverse, but that's what happens in a meadow. I see where we're going to be later, underneath those kind of rocky cliff bands over there. It's going to drop down to the left and hit a highway over there. We're still a good ways out, but we're making some really good progress now. I am very, very close to the top of the climb. Still see lots of snow ahead of me, but I'm pretty sure it's going to start dissipating pretty quick here. We're going to start dropping elevation at a pretty good rate, and we've got good aspects ahead of us. So I think we're in a pretty good spot. We're going down there pretty soon. Currently at mile 9.7, about mile 10 or so. So doing pretty good. Just gotta keep on grinding. Next section of miles should hopefully be quite a bit quicker than what we've done so far. So just see how we get down there. I might have gone a little high. Take a look at the map here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Holy. Oh, that was some good speed. Well, that section wasn't the most fun. Very sun-cut, very slushy. We're getting closer to the base of snow, so it's definitely affecting the snow a bit more, a little more post-holy. But I think we've got another mile or two of snow, and then hopefully pop on out of it and have some dry trail for a while. Kind of like this. Whoa, rocks! Oh, I see the trail ahead actually. Looks like it dries up pretty quick, but it'll probably drop back into snow. But I'll tell you, I will take any little bits of dry trail right now. It's been very slow going. Not bad. I'm not having a bad time, just very, very tedious. We're about 4 hours in for 10 miles. And that's not fast. We have climbed, let's see, about 3,600 feet again. So we've done most of our climbing for the day. I want to say there's about 4,000 feet total. And I think the rest of it is, we're gonna come on, drop down here, Showers Lake, which will probably be covered in snow. Hopefully not. It's going to take us along the TRT, PCT, and then the TRT is going to split off to the left towards, I believe it's called Round Lake. PCT goes straight towards Kirkwood and Hope Valley and all that. Holy, real trail. I'll be towards the end of the run, and yeah, I'll only have a few miles left, like 6 miles till home, so I think we can make that happen. Quick photo time, and with that, back to the snow. Kind of had a feeling. We started way over there, behind that massive cliff face. It's like 6 miles out that way. So we're doing pretty good. There's Showers Lake. There's a little bit of the lake available, but mostly frozen over still. We are just traversing our way around. This is normally a trail, I believe, but it's got a fair bit of snow on it, so almost through the snow. I keep saying it, but I think we're actually almost there. Woo, buddy. Echo Summit 8 miles, CRT Junction only 2.5 more miles, and then we go towards Round Lake. Hell yeah! Looks like we found the snow again. All right, let's keep on grinding. About mile 12, 11.9. We are still walking on snow. Nothing's really changing. I've had a few short patches of dry trail, maybe 20 steps or so, and then right back to the snow. So it's still some slow going, but I'm staying optimistic. I think we're really nearing the end of the snow section. So it's definitely pretty flooded out here. Lots of water. But I think the trail essentially just goes right on through this, so let's find a way around. Thunderclouds are coming. I've heard my first clap of thunder already, but we got some signs. What's it say? 3/4 of a mile. It's the junction. Almost to the junction. I'm highly anticipating no snow after the junction, and if there is snow, it's gonna suck, because we're already 5 hours into this. We've gone 12.5 miles. This is a really good training session for just time on feet, to be honest. There's one thing it is. It's practice for that. But I'm still having a good time. I just want to make sure this thunderstorm doesn't come in too heavy. Just felt my first raindrop. Tahoe can be pretty intense, where middle of July even, you can get hailstorms roll through real quick. So I'm just really hoping for the best right now. The trail's down here, so I'm gonna reconnect. Yep, feeling some raindrops. All right, I don't mind a little bit of rain. Just don't want it to be too intense. That would suck. This is absolutely wild. This little creek is normally just a creek. This thing is a freaking river right now. There's literally no way around it besides through it. So this part looks the shallowest. Oh, it's freaking cold. Woo, buddy. Oh, it's moving pretty well too. I tell you, anything above the knee is moving that rate. Pretty sketch. Jeez, that was frigid. And the rain's starting, so I think we got some dry trail ahead of us. Looks like gonna have to run, because I gotta not only get out of this, but I gotta keep myself warm now. All right, let's do it. Out there in the distance are the Meiss cabins. When I did my snowshoe adventure here, I think it was back in April, those were barely sticking out. You could hardly see the roof. Now you can see the whole thing. It's pretty exciting. So it's melting. It's definitely melting, but still so much freaking snow. Just brutal. I am excited to be done with the snow for the day, I'll be honest. We got rain's picking up a little bit. I can still deal with this, it's not bad. Thunder's getting a bit more consistent back there. Having some claps every 30 seconds to a minute. But I think we are just about to connect to Round Lake. It's looking like, just based on weather, probably gonna take the side connector trail off Round Lake instead of going to Big Meadow. Just because right now I'm already chasing the storm. Plus, I want to have an evening with my wife tonight. God, I keep just sinking straight into the mud with these shoes. It's so soft out here, but all right, let me just figure out where I am and keep on going. Mile 14.5, and what do you know? Still dealing with the snow. Very, very wet out here, which makes sense, but we're on our way back into town now, so it's a good feeling. Everything from here on in is one step closer to a delicious dinner. All right, starting to make some pretty good progress. We have been pretty lucky with the thunderstorm so far. It's basically directly above us, but nothing too intense coming down. Yeah, brain's starting to get a little bit fuzzy. It's been almost 6 hours out here now. 5 of those being on snow. And I'm sick and tired of looking at snow. Oh, by the way, can anyone guess what it was that I forgot? I sure did miss it at times, but we seem to be okay. I'll put the answer in the description below, but it'd be fun to see if anyone can kind of guess what it was. Got Round Lake in the distance. I also spoke entirely too soon about the storm. We got some decent sized drops coming down right now. Just enough to saturate the clothes. But I'm already sweaty, so I'm not too concerned about that. The thunder is back at the clapping. It's clapping every minute or so. But, like I just showed you, we got Round Lake, right? Well, it only took until about mile 16, but the microspikes are officially off the feet. That's super exciting. So I think at this point we've got basically 10-ish miles. Wow, 16 and a half. I thought I was done with the snow. I was a little ambitious, a little optimistic. But yeah, we're headed back towards Christmas Valley. I got some pretty good thunderclaps above me. Trail's been completely empty the whole day, as I figured it would be. But this side to Round Lake isn't terrible. This would be plenty doable for a day hike. The Meiss loop, I don't think it's a go just yet. Some pretty good claps, huh? But yeah, it's 10 to 12 miles of just continuous snow. Very slow going, not fun. Yeah, I would just say it's better off to wait a little bit and let it melt out, because right now it wasn't the best day. Didn't have the most fun with it, but I had a great day out here. That's for damn sure. This has been something I've been looking forward to for a while. Just coming out here and spending 8 hours running. Although today was a lot more hiking, but it's all right. We need to go home, get cleaned up, see the wife, hit the Meiss market, and then catch some delicious food. And that's what I'm really excited for, is getting back and, oh man, I'm gonna stuff my face. I'm hungry. I've had 1 fruit bar, 1 applesauce pack, and about a quarter of one of my pickle juices. I'm gonna do some more pickle juice actually. Good thing I mentioned that, I reminded myself there. About 1.5 handhelds. I think they're 20 ounces each, so 30-ish ounces of water so far. I could be doing a lot better with that, but there isn't quite as much water accessible out here as I was thinking, because there's still so much snow. A lot of it is kind of dug underneath the snow and not too accessible, but it's all good. I got plenty of water for now. I will be able to refill as I roll down into Christmas Valley, and then at that point it's really just Highway 89 all the way home. So almost there. Here's mile 21. We are currently connecting from the single track back there to a little neighborhood this direction. That neighborhood's going to take me to Highway 89. I'm tired. It's been a long day. I definitely tweaked my knee a little bit with all the snow, slipping and sliding around, but it's gonna be okay. It's not hurting too bad. Small twinges here and there. And other than that, yeah, it's about 4:10. I'm hoping to finish this by about 5 o'clock. 8 hours. It's a long day. Long day of snow travel. All right, let's make this happen.